So good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again with a transfer update, people. A transfer update. Big up to everybody who watched the last video. If you haven't, do go all the way back and check it out after you've watched this one, of course. Make sure you are smashing the like button for the algorithm. That does help. Big up to everybody who's been subscribing, sharing, liking the comments, liking the chat, liking the video. And big up to everybody who's been dropping in the donations via the thanks option. Hit the thanks, it's down there near the thumbs up and thumbs down, all of that. Scroll across, thanks, hit it, bosh. Happy days. You can write whatever you want. I'll reply to every single one who does drop them donations in there. And yeah, big up, man. I'll be back again later after the football tonight as well. So keep your eyes peeled for that video about 10 o'clock UK time. And then again, I will be back in the morning. Tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. as well. So keep your eyes peeled for both of them. 2 uploads a day at the moment. I will be doing some lives next week as well. So keep your eyes peeled. I think Rance is going to be back from America. So depending on how jet lagged he is, depends on whether we do the show. But the usual lineup. Monday I'm on with Henry. Tuesday, Rance. The podcast with Kenny and Jez on Monday on here as well. James Redmond on Wednesday. Goonie on Thursday. And Henry on here on Friday. Obviously on with Rance on Friday as well. Terry on Tuesday as well. Plenty of content. You get more Lee Gunner. More Lee Gunner. Anyway, let's talk about Tielemans. There's a lot of reports doing the rounds in the last 48 hours that Arsenal are kind of calling their interest with Tielemans. They're not quite sure whether he is the guy, which is kind of funny because he thinks he's the guy and he is a very good footballer. Is he the guy that's going to elevate Arsenal? Is he the guy that you would go, we need Tielemans to play? If he's in Arsenal right now and he was a squad player or he was in our squad this season, would we be sitting there going, Tielemans has to start? I'm not so sure we would. Yeah, maybe that's because the squad have been brilliant. I don't know. Or maybe because he just ain't that good. Could be either. You let me know. I rate him. I think he's a good player. But the way he's down tools for not getting his move in the summer is very worrying for me. Does that mean that he'd do it again? I don't know. Maybe. And I think the amount of money we're going to pay him if we do get him, about 120 grand a week, does he do enough to warrant, number one, getting in that starting 11, number two, competing with Granit Xhaka, who's been probably our best player. He has been, not even probably, he has been our best player this season. Has he got enough in him to be able to compete with Xhaka to get Xhaka out the team? I don't think so. Not based on what I've witnessed this season. Is he a good squad player? Yes. Would he be good to play Europa League and Cup games? Yes. Would he be able to come into the team if we have an injury? Yes. So he's ticking all these boxes, but his attitude has stunk all season. The money, it's going to still cost 120 grand a week. And if we want him in January, it's still going to cost about 15 mil, 20 mil maybe. I'm not so sure. I think we should look at other options. There are other options out there. Danilo's being looked at. These are obviously all midfield options, not same specific positions. Danilo's another one that, if you believe what's being reported, that's almost done. I'm not so sure how credible any of these journalists are, if I'm honest. Most of them are puppets. They just chat absolute rubbish just to get their clicks and their views in. But I don't know a lot about Danilo. I don't watch Brazilian football. I don't know any Brazilians, so I can't even ask them. So if you are Brazilian and watch Brazilian football, leave it downstairs in the comment section. Let me know about Tielemans. Would you take him? Is he worth the money? Can he get in our team? Would he make us better? I think he probably would make us better, but would he make us much better? You let me know. Let me know about Danilo as well, because I look at this Danilo guy and everyone's hyping him up and he's Brazilian. Obviously, we only sign Brazilians and Man City players. Man City players ain't too bad, to be fair, but Brazilians, they hit and miss. But I don't really know a lot about him to really form an opinion on him. Based on what I've seen with the Brazilians that we've signed, some have been good, some have been crap. We've signed Willian, did nothing. We've signed Marquinhos, can't get a game. Yeah, although he is young. Yeah, we signed Martinelli, fantastic player. We signed Gabriel Jesus, fantastic player. So Gabriel Magalhaes, very good defender, has the bozo gene. At any point, he can just press it and pass you in on goal. So I think he can get better, by the way, Gabriel Magalhaes. I think he can get better, and he's got a good partner next to him in Saliba. But these Brazilians, some of them, a little bit hit and miss. So I'm not too sure that we should be going down that route either. There is another player that we're linked to, currently plays for Inter Milan, used to play for AC Milan, Çalhanoğlu. One of the most overrated footballers I've ever seen. This guy is valued at 25 mil, and apparently he's only got 18 months left on his contract. and Arsenal are swooping like an eagle down to get him. Again, I'm not really feeling this. He's an attacking mid. So I don't even believe this story is true. Why would we be looking at an attacking mid? We've already got Odegaard there, and we've got Fabio Vieira there. And Smith Rowe can play there. I don't see why we would be looking at Calhanoglu at all. Yeah, Tielemans can play more attacking, but is essentially more of a CM stroke DM, deep lying, whatever you want to call it. And Danilo is more of a DM, which is where we need filling. We need a gap to be filled. That's where it is. It's not attacking mid. As much as I'd love to go and sign James Maddison, we ain't going to go and sign an attacking midfielder. We've already got two, like I said, and three if you include Smith Rowe. So I don't see us linking with any real intent. This is just paper talk with Calhanoglu. That's just agent talk. He's got 18 months left on his contract. He's either angling for a new contract, yeah, or he just wants to get a better move, a bigger club. It's not easy to find a bigger club than Inter because they're massive, but maybe he wants something in a different league, more competitive, wants to play with better players. I don't know. Maybe you just don't fancy Inter. I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't want him, if I'm honest. I genuinely don't want him. Let me know what you think. I know a lot of you watch Italian Serie A. He used to play for AC Milan, and then he did the turncoat and went to Inter Milan. He went from red and black to black and blue. Mad. Big up to him, though. He's got some balls to do that because them Italian fans are crazy. But yeah, I don't want him. Danilo, I'm not sure, but if the price is right, maybe take him. I actually want to see an established DM. Go and buy Caicedo. Go and buy that guy. That guy had a great World Cup. He's young. He fits Project Youth, and he already plays in the Premier League. That is the guy that I want to see at Arsenal in January. I don't care how much it costs. Go and get him. It ain't my money. Go and buy him. Yeah, go and buy him. But with Tielemans, again, I don't care how much we're paying him, but is he worth the money? I don't really think he is. I'm not so sure he is. I can't lie. I don't see enough from him. I do like him, but I don't see enough from him. Whereas with Caicedo, again, it's not my money, but if we was to buy him for 50 million quid and pay him 100 grand a week, I think he'd live up to that hype. I think he would live up to that price tag and to that fee and to that wages. So I think that's a player that we should be going to Brighton. Bang. And I see a few people the other day when I mentioned this guy saying, yeah, but if they sold Ben White for 50 million, they'd want more for Caicedo. Yeah, cool. We'll pay 60 then. Pay 70 if you have to. If you're getting a top player, top prospect, a top player for his country and for his current club, who's lighting up the Premier League, turning it on against all the teams, he's been one of the best players in the league this season. Yeah, and I know it's only a short window that we've seen so far in the Premier League, but there's a player there, man. There is a top player. Go and sign him. We also need a striker or a winger. I mentioned that in the last video, so go and check that out. But for anybody who hasn't checked it out, I will just reiterate slightly. Martinelli can play up front. Jesus is now injured for at least 4 weeks, apparently, which could turn into months and months, knowing Arsenal's injury records. But we need to go and buy a striker unless we put Martinelli up front. If we put Martinelli up front, who's playing left wing? Either Reece Nelson or Smith Rowe. Well, Smith Rowe's just coming off the back of an injury and can't stay fit anyway. And Reece Nelson, he's good, but is he that good? He's more of a come off the bench type of player or play Europa League games. I don't really want to see him starting week in, week out in the Premier League. Not for me. I think he's a very good player, but nah, he needs to be a come on for 20 minutes at the end when the game's opening up and the team are coming on to us and bang, get some fresh legs on. So there's players we need to go and buy. And if we've got any ambition of competing for this title, and we ain't competing for it after 14 games, by the way, the title's not wrapped up at Christmas. Yeah, we're competing for it if we get to May and we're still there. Yeah, or thereabouts within 6 points. That's competing. Yeah, you could be top at Christmas. Chelsea were top at Christmas last year. What if Brighton are top at Christmas next year? Is anyone going to say they're title contenders? No, they're not, are they? So let's just wane it in a little bit. We've been fantastic, but there is a long way to go. There's a lot of twists and turns. There's a lot of injuries going to happen to all clubs. You know, if Haaland and De Bruyne get injured, that's a massive blow for Man City. But Haaland's had a nice little rest because he didn't go World Cup, and Kevin De Bruyne's come home early after having a nice little holiday. So it's still in the balance. I just want to see us go out there and get the best players. The best players for me need to be signed in January. That will save us a fortune in the summer as well, by the way. Yeah, because then we've only got to plug a couple of defensive gaps. Go and buy a defensive midfielder, go and buy a striker, go and buy a winger, do that in January, and then in the summer, bin a couple of players and go and get 2 replacements. Job done. We're going for a title again. But let me know what you guys think. Leave it all in the comment section. I'd love to know your thoughts and feelings. And yeah, man, I'm gonna go and enjoy a Messi masterclass because I'm recording this on Saturday evening. You're seeing it on Sunday morning, and I'm gonna go and watch Messi absolutely destroy Australia, and then I'm gonna watch Tyson Fury beat up Chisora for the third time, which is going to be cool. So all have a blessed weekend. Have a wonderful evening. Big up to everybody. Smash the like algorithm. Yeah, set it off. Pum, 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 pum. And make sure you are following all of the socials, links in description. Big up to everybody who's dropped a donation in as well on the last video, this video, and all other videos. Hit the thanks option. You can do the same. Until tonight. I lie. 10 o'clock tonight, UK time. I will have another video out. So keep your eyes peeled for that. And yeah, man, we're out of here. Adios, amigos.